Such a beautiful day today. I mean, even though there are leaves falling on the ground, then again, fall's almost on its way. It's actually pretty chill out here today. In fact, I'll come over here to this patio and oh, oh my. Well, what do we have here? Hello everyone, Useful Engine 11 here, back again for another video, and we are here for a more interesting video today. So if I kind of pull my phone camera up, you can see I have built a wooden railway layout. So do you remember that Tomy Trackmaster layout that I built back during the summer? No? Okay, well, either way, you see, for the longest time, I have never had enough wooden railway destinations to make a wooden railway layout. And, it was kind of I would say kind of embarrassing, honestly, because I'm a wooden railway user, but I hardly had any wooden railway destinations. But as time's gone on, I've definitely accumulated a lot more stuff over time, from train shows and just from people in general. So let me go all the way around. And today we are going to be taking a layout tour. So, yeah, it looks pretty good from a top-down view, so to speak. And there's also enough space for me to step here and here, so that I can get down here. So normally the rule is to always start with Thomas. However, since the sheds was the first part that I put down, I'm going to start here. So here we have Gordon, Duck, and James just chilling in the shed. As you can see here, Gordon and Duck are arguing about London Station, and James is about to tell them to be quiet because they're making him tired. Yeah, I decided to make a Gordon Goes Foreign reference, so there's that. So anyway, tell you what, let me turn that a little bit. So how about we go to our right? So if we go to the right, there's basically a water tower here. Sadly, I do not have the base of track that it connects to, but that's fine. I can maybe get that one day. We go over this crossing and around this corner here, and then of course not long afterwards we reach Thomas working hard on his branch line, well, or what is supposed to be technically his branch line, with his faithful coaches Annie and Clarabelle. And then of course if we come over here, we reach a V-switch, and in this siding here we have Douglas. Donald is over there, but we will get to him probably later. Originally, I was going to have Donald and Douglas working together, but I also remembered Unlucky Tug's Soda's Finest on Donald and Douglas, that the two twins can also work perfectly fine on their own. So they're kind of both doing other jobs. Douglas is shunting, and Donald has a train, which we will get to later. Then, of course, if we come over here, we come to this switch, and here's Toby on this mini viaduct. These are some Brio risers that I got back at Entertainment Junction. And of course we have Toby pulling Henrietta and my custom of Victoria. Really, I should probably try to make Helena here soon, because Victoria is kind of so old at this point that I'm kind of wondering if I'm even able to match, the kind of style that Victoria has here. But anyway, so come back to the switch. And then of course we come to, another switch. But however, this switch along this line will take us back to the sheds. Also, of course, this, as you can see here, is just a random siding. So there's that. And then, of course, here we come to the coal station, which I've had for quite a while now, and I've technically reviewed already. So here, here's the coal station. So here we got Percy pushing 2 coal cars and Fred. And here, tell you what, if we come this way, we will reach this shed where Hector is resting. Now, of course, he is not an engine, and this is a shed for an engine, but he's just being stored there for now until he's going to be ready to be loaded up. Anyway, if we keep going straight, we will reach my single engine shed with Edward resting in it, because Tidmouth is kind of occupied right now. However, you may realize, wait a minute, this isn't the roof that goes with it. And you're right, but however, I'll show this off some other time. It's just a shame it's not finished for this video, but whatever. Anyway, coming from the turntable over here is Emily with a single log load, probably bringing it to the sawmill or something. Here, now if we backtrack this way, of course, here we come to the other V-switch that ends here at the, I guess the sawmill part of the dumping depot. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Where should we go now? I guess if we go up here, we see Henry at the sawmill and dumping depot with the log car. As you guys know, I got this recently from Little Engine on Twitter. You obviously can just go watch my last video to kind of get a gist of how I acquired this. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this destination. I've wanted it for so long now. And, I just thought it just was appropriate to put Henry here because, he's associated with the forest and whatnot. Anyway, tell you what, now I've kind of put myself in a rough spot. I could go back this way, but then it doesn't go back to where I'm wanting to go. But, tell you what, I guess we'll just go straight and, of course, underneath one of the stacking risers, and we come down and around to not one, not two, but 3 single stone tunnels. And here we have Donald, who is pulling what's supposed to be a long goods train, but it's literally only 4 trucks and a brake van. But, of course, it looks long enough to me. And then, of course, if we come back here, it comes back to the bridge where Toby, Henrietta, and Victoria are. But if we backtrack this way and then go around here, we come up onto a big bridge. I generally feel like this should be the viaduct instead of that thing over there. But anyway, here I've saved the best for last. We got Oliver pulling Scruffy and Rickety along with Toad, bringing a ballast train or something. Who knows to where, but still ballast anyway. Anyway, we come down, and of course we come back to the sheds here. So, yeah, kind of poetic that this sort of turned out perfectly. So let me stand back up. So, yeah, my overall thoughts on this layout. I mean, for my first time building a actual Thomas Wooden Railway layout, it's actually not that bad. But some people might say that it has too many loops, too many random things, like this siding. Like, I could have made this go somewhere. But sadly, though, I didn't have enough accessories. Like, now, truth be told, I didn't use everything over here. But, and there are the boxes that the, Tidmouth sheds and the sawmill and dumping depot come in. But, I really tried my best to make sure all of it kind of connected. However, though, there are some spots on this layout where I've kind of cheated, so to speak. Like, let's see, where is it? I think it was, I guess it's sort of this area here. Like, obviously this doesn't connect, really. It's not connected, sadly. But, I accidentally broke that. Other than that, everything else is pretty much connected, though. Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot about this part. This is not connected, so, again, it's me kind of cheating, but I have I hate to say it, but this is the only thing that I have that can be a male-male connector, or a male-female, or a female-female, so to speak. Gosh, that's a mouthful. But anyway, yeah, I kind of cheated a couple times, but overall, I'm kind of happy that this came out pretty well. Now, of course, if I had more destinations, it's safe to say that I could probably make something a lot better, but this is all I got, really. Of course, some of these items on here aren't even Wooden Railway. Like, this shed is from Brio, so those risers over there, these risers over here. I was originally also going to use some Brio and I also didn't get to use this Brio crane, or these Imaginarium bridges. But yeah, oh, there's a gnat over here. Gotta kick that away. I will admit though, if there's one thing I do love about this layout is all the sort of industries I've sort of managed to cover. Like we got we got the sawmill and dummy depot, which supplies logs. Oliver's pulling a ballast train. Percy is meddling around with some coal trucks. Of course, Donald is going through a very long tunnel, and of course we got the main attraction. Well, one of the main attractions, Tidmouth Sheds. And I gotta admit, I do love the way this industrial area over here came out. But it's safe to say this area over here is lacking in such a lot. So yeah, that's quite a shame that I wasn't able to make this layout bigger. But hey, from a first time, for a first time, this is actually pretty decent. So in reality, I can't beat myself up too much. And there are other things I like about it. Like I like how I was able to add a water tower next to the shed. That's nice because it kind of is reminiscent of the classic series. And then if we get down here a little bit, since the single stone tunnels are in the back of the sheds, it kind of acts as like a wall, which I actually really like. And of course, I don't mind having this random siding right here because, let's be real, when you only have one siding, and sadly, the only way you can access it is by the turntable here. Like, you see? You only get so far. So, yeah, that's my little demonstration. And of course, as you might have noticed, actually, literally all the engine characters are Steam Team members. Like, we obviously got, Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, and Emily. But we also got the little Western gang, such as Duck, Donald, Douglas, and Oliver. And we also got some nice pieces of rolling stock characters like Scruffy, Rickety, Fred, Hector, and Toad, as well as Annie, Clarabelle, Henrietta, and Victoria. So overall, for a sort of layout that's supposed to semi be the island of Sodor, it's actually not that bad. And of course, I was kind of glad to do this layout outside because, obviously it looks really great when it's on a big patio like this. And of course, it's also just because I didn't really have the room, so there's that. So anyway, let me give you guys one last look at the layout. I want to make sure I'm far enough so that I can get a nice big view of it. Alright. So yeah, sorry if this video was not really professional. I mean, keep in mind, this was my first time building a layout, and of course, after you build a layout and you make a video about it, you kind of have to show it off and figure out what's the best way to go. You also got to, make sure you don't forget anything, but since this layout isn't that big, obviously I didn't forget much. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, I feel like I could have put more characters and rolling stock in places like here and technically here, but I didn't really want to get too much out because now that I've kind of filmed this video, I kind of need to take down this layout quickly so that I can do some errands. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to conclude for this video. So I think I might, I'm trying to figure out what's the best angle to end on. Here, tell you what, I think this part is pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, without further ado, guys, that's basically my first ever wooden railway layout. If I ever do another one of these in the future, well then, hopefully I just have more destinations to do it with, but I'm so glad I finally got to do one nonetheless. So guys, without further ado, this is Useful Engine 11 signing out. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all next time.